Hello and welcome to this little tutorial about Ashuradx CAT Rig. And this tutorial I want to show you about the basics of the CAT Rig and what you can do with it, and I hope in further tutorials I will show you how to animate with it and how to export the animations to your GLA file. So I put everything what you need down in the description, and let's get started by the rig itself. It's the CAT rig which he created for us, and I'm really thankful for that. So let's deactivate the animation mode. Make sure you are at frame 1, because frame 0, when we go to frame 0, here it's the root pose. We should never change that one. Just make sure by double click that there is a key on it on frame 0, that the rig itself didn't move. And then let's go to frame 1, because at frame 1 we should animate. So at the left side you can see different layers. These layers are created by Ashuradx. I can't pronounce it right. Yeah, just go on. So these are created from him because here is the rig in just the face bones here. Here is the main rig, like the body, and yeah. Then in the model rig, in model layer, it's the mesh from Kyle to help us with the needed one. Cosmetics are the weapons in. I just activated right now the single saber, but when you click here on this little lamp, or I think in the newer Max version it's the eye, here you can activate and deactivate the other stuff which are in. So the bolts are not needed right now, and the humanoid skeleton here is for exporting later. So you have here a little drop down menu like that. Here are animation export, character rig, export rig, and yeah, two of them I created because the main ones didn't work for me right now. Just I created like full rig. No, it was main rig, was it? Yes, to select the main rig, and here I select the export rig. It gave me these error messages all the time because it says it's hidden. Just press no and you will get to the skeleton you want. But if you have the same problem as I, that the rig didn't work, just double click on the rigs here, the name rigs from the layer, and just type something in which you want, like animation rig 1. So for example, now every time when you open the drop down menu, there is a new word which you are created, animation rig 1. So for example, if the other one didn't work for you, as like it was in my case. So about the rig itself and the animating itself, you have here a little drop down menu called view. There are some other stuff, but we just need view and local. So what's the difference between view and local? I want to show you, but first I have to activate auto key. It's like the animation mode. You can see it if it's red here, and with right click you can open this little drop down menu. I'm always using it for selecting move or rotate. It's like when you're selecting something, you can select move, then you can move the stuff around like here, or you can select rotate to rotate stuff around like that. You can find these buttons also here. Here is select and rotate, and that one is move, but I'm always using right click to select the stuff. So when you're moving something around, you can see it creating a key here. This key is responsible for the movement and rotation in that case, and you can just select it by left click one time or drag and drop over it, and you can delete it like I do with right click. yeah, so about local and view. So when I'm going to select move and I have activated view, it's about the view from the view cube. The how should I say, the about the things to uh, so and next one is the is not is moving stuff around, yeah. And I want to show you about the animation mode in CAT Rig, because we have an animation mode in Max itself, and there is a little animation mode in CAT. That means when you're going to select anything from the CAT Rig, any bone from it, and gonna click here on the motion panel, which I have open right now. Default it should look like that, but when you going to select the CAT Rig and go to motion panel, so no, that's the mesh. I have to select the CAT Rig. You can see here it's opened this menu here, and here this little thing here, this button here, when it's red, then you're in figure mode to create bones and change the bone structure. We never want to do it because he created the rig for us. He's done with the rig. We just have to animate. That means when we click again on it, we are back into animation mode. It's when you can see the green button here, and now we're ready to animate. So next one is the movement itself, about IK and FK. So the rig, it's in default pose. When you download it and open it, it's the arms are in FK. So FK is like I can move the arm here around and move every bone around like I want here, like that. And IK is that the hand will follow this platform here and this elbow thing here. This elbow target, I call it elbow target, and these ones are the knee target. So that means when I'm gonna select the rig here and go to the motion panel like I did right now, then I can switch from FK to IK. Right is IK, left is FK, and when I'm gonna select this platform here and rotate it or move it around like that, the arm will follow this platform here, and the elbow will follow this elbow target here. And in the other hand, it's right now still on FK. That means I can rotate it here around this arm, because when I try to rotate it right now, nothing will happen because it's set on IK. It will follow this IK target, and in that case here it's still FK, and you can just move the bones freely around. So when you set a pose which you really like in FK, because sometimes it's easier to move the arm around in FK, and you say, oh, I want to keep that, but I want to switch to IK, that's luckily not a big deal for CAT, because you just just have here some buttons like select IK target. Now you will jump to the IK target, and there is another button which called move IK target to palm. That means we just click on this button here. As you can see, the elbow thing here and the platform for the hand will jump in the right pose, that it matched perfectly, and you just click on match IK and FK. And when I'm gonna switch right now from FK to IK, nothing changed right now, but now I can just select the arm and move it in the future around for the with IK, as you can see here. So the next thing what I want to show you is about which bone should I move around, which bone should I rotate around. So because you want to make some cool poses for the model, and you should not destroy the rig in any case. So that means for the shoulders, for example, when I'm gonna select them here, I'm just using rotate and not move. I don't think move will work, but we can try it. Move didn't work for it because it should only be rotated, for example, but the head can be moved around because it's also the neck is also connected to the head, and you can of course rotate it around like that. For the face bones, here it's the eyebrow, you can rotate it around, you can also move it around a bit. For the eyelash and the eye, you should just use rotation, because when you try to move it around, this will happen. Same goes for this side here, just rotate around. This one could be rotate and also move around, but I think moving is a little bit better than rotating. For our chin, it should be just rotate around. It's the best what you could do. And the other lips here as well, just better moving around than rotating around, but you can do both. So for the upper body here, you can move around, you can rotate around. For the fingers, just rotate. When you double click on a bone, for example, so moving one time, double click on it, you select the whole hierarchy under it. That means that's the bone here, and these one are connected to it. And when you have activated local, you can just rotate all 3 bone fingers at the same time, for example. So the spine bones are moved and rotatable with the chest bone here. The hip bone, you should always use move and rotate, for example. Move here, rotate. For the foot platform, they got just moved around with and rotate around with the platform. You should not select the foot that much. Better selecting the foot platform and bring it in the right position. Same goes for if you're rotating it, just rotate it up and to this side here. And the knee and the elbow targets should be just moved around. It will have no effect when you try to rotate it around. So the next thing what I want to show you is this thing here is the, let's say, the main thing from the JKA bone structure. So when you're gonna select this platform here on the ground and go to the motion panel, it will open another manager here, a clip manager, and you can save and load poses in which you already created with this rig from other animation. Let's say we want to load a clip in. Let's go and try to open the test clip. I hope this will work. So when you open the clip, it will open another window and it's ask you at which start time you want to insert the animation. We always want to use 1, or if you have a longer animation and just want to load a pose in, you can type in any frame count you want. Here is the timeline for it, and you should always click on scale data, and you can also mirror animation. That means if you have like a climbing animation, which I had in my case, that it always climb to the right side, you're going to save the clip, select scale data and select mirror, and when you import it, it will mirror just the animation, not the pose. So let's try to load this clip in. Okay, in that case, this clip which I tried to load in is from another rig. That means it didn't work right now to load it in. I can only load clips in from the rig which I created, just that you know. So in that case it didn't work. But let's try a little clip. Let's create a little clip, just a little one. So frame, I'm always like to double click on the main rig bone or select it here in the hierarchy, then set a key on frame 1, and then we're going to move something around like that here, going down, the hand forward, this one here up. So we have that one here, and then we're gonna double click on the my layer again, select this frame here, the first frame, hold shift, left click, hold left click, and drag it to the right. So it will be, we created right now here an animation, change the timeline from 1 to 21. That's 20 frames. Select my rig here, the platform here, going to save. Now it's asking which direction, so I'm gonna call it tutorial test clip. Save this clip. Now it's asked me if it should save the entire layer stack, because in CAT you can create many layers over each other. I recommend to watch the tutorial from the YouTube. You watch the tutorial from the YouTube channel, which I'm gonna put down in the description. And we want to save the whole entire time range from 1 to 21. Just click on save. So when I'm double click here on the tutorial test clip, add scale data, mirror, and load it in. Now you can see the body turns, and he's doing the animation in the upper direction, in the other direction. So perfect. And when I double click again on it without using the mirror tool, load in, so it's at the right side again, like I created it before. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I could show you something from the rig. And in the next tutorials, I want to show you how to create a stance animation, a simple one, and how to create a walk animation, and how to export the animations, and all animation which I create in tutorial. I will give them to you. I will save them as an animation clip, and you can load them into your scene if you want it. So I said thanks again for watching the tutorial, and bye bye.